Here are 8 income streams you can build while still employed. Because if you earn one paycheck, you are one layoff away from zero. So the smart move is to build a side income before you need it. These are not random side hustles. Each one either sells your expertise, sells attention, or sells automation. And the first one is training AI models with your expertise. Okay, so we all are familiar with ChatGPT. It's great. However, imagine real-world tasks with high consequences. So anything in financial services, anything in health, law, science, domains where there's a lot of complexity, there's a lot of domain expertise. People literally go to school for years and years and years before you're allowed to serve customers. And even when you serve customers, it's important that the information you provide is actually accurate and transparent. And so the problem with ChatGPT and many LLMs is obviously they're wrong in many cases. They straight up hallucinate, and they're not necessarily trained with some of the specialist domain expertise. So now there's a crop of startups where if you have expertise, you can literally label data to be used to train LLMs like ChatGPT, but for specialized real-world tasks. AI companies are looking for your expertise to be able to train their models. And sometimes it's smaller companies that are training domain-specific models, specifically for finance. So they're looking for accountants to be like, hey, this is correct. No, this is wrong. Hey, this is correct. No, this is wrong. You can't just hire some random person off the street who does not have this domain expertise. So now I'm going to show you a company where you can do this. This company is called Mercor, and you can see all of the opportunities listed here. Radiologist, $290 to $340 an hour. Software engineer for QA, $70 to $120 per hour. Lawyers, up to $150 per hour. Sales representatives, wholesale and management, $90 to $150 per hour. Project management specialists, $90 to $150 per hour. And there are a crop of companies offering these types of opportunities. So number one is training AI models with your expertise. Number two on my list. Now the next 3 are going to be related to content creation, just because I am so passionate that it's truly something you can start even if you're fully employed right now. You can just post in the evenings or in the weekends and build your brand. For the longest time, I only created content 1 day a week, which was Saturday. Okay, so if I can do it, you can definitely do it. So number 2 will be building your personal brand. And I previously talked about many ways to monetize this, but one of the common questions I get is how much can you actually make as an influencer? And let's say your primary source of income is sponsorships and collaborations with companies. Why I like to suggest AI as a space is because AI companies have so much cash, they're literally throwing it at any influencer who's willing to take their money. So impact.com is basically an influencer management platform. So it helps brands work with lots of influencers and vice versa. And they actually released a study on their 2025 data, the average cost to work with influencers and which platforms are the most popular. So if you're seriously considering either a personal or faceless brand, which I'm going to get to next, okay, which platforms should you focus on? So Instagram, 92%, TikTok, 43%, Facebook, 41%. How much do influencers get paid? So let's say it's Instagram, and let's say you're a nano influencer. People's definitions of nano, micro, macro influencer can vary a little bit, but I'm going to assume nano here is less than 10,000 followers. So nano influencer on Instagram, $500 to $2,000 per post. Macro influencer, I'm probably here. I feel like mega and celebrity is millions and millions of followers, right? So macro influencer, $20,000 to $45,000 per post on Instagram. And this is a company where their only focus is pairing brands with creators. So they have a ton of data on this. Also, personally for me, I get a lot of outreach from brands. And also because of Blotato, I also interact with a lot of influencers and creators as a sponsor. And I can verify the minimum I expect to pay for a post is $500. I've paid thousands of dollars for a sponsored post. So if you think these numbers are far-fetched, I can just tell you that they're not, at least in the AI space where everybody is trying to spend money. So if you're interested in TikTok specifically, pretty similar numbers, right? So 500 to 2,000, 20,000 to 45,000, etc. So a lot of people ask me oh, is it worth building a personal brand? I say yes. I don't think sponsorships are the best way if you want to make millions of dollars with your personal brand, but the purpose of this talk is 8 income streams you can build while still employed. Let's say you can only make content 1 day a week, okay? And then in 1 year or 6 months, you become kind of a nano influencer with less than 10,000 followers, okay? You can still make like 500 per post. Let's say you do 5 sponsored posts a month, which isn't that many, right? So let's say you start charging 1,000 per post, that would be 5,000 per month. So the next 2 are also gonna be content related, and then the rest won't be content related. But what if you don't wanna show your face? This is where Faceless comes in. And I should probably clarify some stuff about Faceless because I think everybody is confused about the term Faceless. So Faceless to me does not mean AI. I think Faceless has a bad rap now because so many people are honestly just creating like AI slop. They don't really care about the quality. They push it out there and it happens to be faceless. And so Faceless has kind of gotten the reputation that it's just AI slop. But if you ask anyone who's been like doing YouTube, for example, for a very long time, Faceless just means there isn't like a central person, a central face in all of the videos. Like if you watch my TikTok videos, it's always my face. But I can show you AI influencers where they just point at the screen. Like it's not their face. That pointing at the screen could be replaced with anyone else or even AI voice. So to me, Faceless, all this means is it's just a particular format. The central focus is not like one individual. You will literally not believe the number of views this video has gotten. I'm gonna put it on mute, okay? I'm gonna start playing the video, and you will notice there's no face. This is Faceless. You can just point at stuff and make a TikTok video. This particular one is talking about how to clean your phone speakers by playing very specific audio track. I don't know if it works, but he's just really talking through it, pointing, and it's about a little over a minute, this video. You would not believe it, but this video got 95 million views. A lot of people also asked me, like, can you use avatars to create faceless content? The answer is absolutely yes, but that doesn't mean your content is automatically good. Like, even if you use an avatar, okay, you still have to make really good content. You have to experiment with hooks. You might try to chase like trending viral topics, okay? You'll try different cuts, different edits to make your videos more dynamic. It can be hard for a person to just stare at an avatar talking. So typically when you're using an avatar, you'll do different formats, like you'll split screen it. So you have B-roll up here and then your avatar down here, or you'll green screen it. Because like motion is a hook in and of itself. It attracts people to your video. And then you'll have your avatar like in the corner down here. These are 2 common formats for avatar faceless brands, but like the burden is still on you to make the content engaging, timely, interesting, something that people want to watch. So don't assume just because you're using an AI avatar that it's going to be any easier. It's going to be the same challenges actually. So this actually leads into number 4, which I think is a really interesting offer. I guess I'm going to call it repurpose for one creator. Okay, what do I mean by that? If you listen to me or Gary Vee or literally anyone in content, our advice for a creator who has gotten some momentum and traction is to go cross-platform. And a lot of creators kind of delay this and don't realize that they should be doing this earlier. What I want to talk about is like the very specific offer I would craft. And I've been thinking about this because lately, I've been experimenting with editors for my long form YouTube. And it's been really interesting, like observing the difference between people who can like craft a compelling offer for me where I don't even have to think, I can just say, yes, let's try it, versus other people who are trying to cold email, cold DM, and get me to respond. So if I was in your position, what I would do is approach a big creator. It doesn't even have to be that big, like a creator with at least 50,000 followers on one platform. And then I'd say, hey, I want to repurpose your content. Let me own another platform. See, I think that's a much better offer than just offering like video editing services, for example. Because you're going to say, let's say you're like crushing it on TikTok. So now your offer is going to be, let me help you grow it automatically on Instagram. And you don't have to do anything. I am going to repurpose your existing TikTok content into all sorts of stuff for Instagram. So number 5 on the list is coaching. So what is the hottest AI tool in 2026? It is Claude Code. And so if I was to do coaching, I'd just go watch like 2 weeks worth of Claude Code tutorials, and you will be far ahead of like 99.9% of people. And then to market your services, I would obviously make TikTok or Instagram videos saying like, hey, here's how to set up Claude Code. If you want a one-on-one session, we'll walk through it together in a screen share. Just like hit me up, link in bio. You could try other tools as well, but it's just the particular convergence of all of the marketing and the actual technical capabilities of Claude Code and people like trying to learn it and who have money and can pay you. It's just all converging. But the product is so good that if you just help people set it up and type, it will blow their mind. And you look like a genius for coaching them on how to set it up. So 6 is kind of related to number 5. It's consulting. I would say the way they're different though is like for coaching, people don't expect you to do everything for them. Coaching is more about like accountability and clarity. Consulting is a little bit different. Consulting is usually like, I will do it for you. So if someone's like, oh, we've heard about Claude Code, or we heard about N8N, or we heard about this other AI agent, can you come into my business and do it for me? Now, if you have 0 experience consulting and 0 technical experience, this is kind of hard to get started with. Because like even in the process of like closing a consulting client, there's some presumed marketing and sales ability in that process, because like you're gonna be the one doing stuff. So you need to set expectations, you need to sell them on what you're doing, and then you have to actually deliver it. Okay, number 7 is different. You've probably heard a lot about TikTok Shop. It's definitely exploding. Do I think you're going to make millions of dollars on TikTok Shop? No. If I had to choose one out of all 8 that I've talked about, it's always personal brand. Like always. It's tough to beat something that it's higher leverage and more accessible to people who have no business background, no technical background, than building a personal brand. And there's massive, massive compounding benefits over time if you stick to it long enough. However, TikTok Shop honestly is exploding. People are buying a lot of crap on TikTok Shop. Whatever you decide to do after, this will set you up in the sense that you learn core skills around like content creation, experimentation, like constantly A/B testing different things, how to write viral hooks. If you want to go from TikTok Shop to creating your own personal brand, right? Like that's a natural transition because this teaches you how to be a good creator. Like you cannot go viral on and sell a lot of product on TikTok Shop without putting a ton of thought into your videos and experimenting with hooks and doing a lot of volume to test things out. Number 8 was vibe coding single feature micro apps. So just a precaution here for vibe coding. To really monetize vibe coding when you don't have a technical background, you need to focus on having only one feature, only one thing that your vibe coded app does, and then you spend 99% of your time on marketing. That's just the reality of it. As you get revenue, then you can reinvest it into hiring actual engineers and decide whether you want to take your single feature vibe coded app and add more features to it. But I think a lot of people focus on that part very prematurely. If you are non-technical, your whole goal with vibe coding should be launch it with one feature and monetize it as fast as possible. That opens up lots of opportunities for where you could go down the line. Maybe you want to keep it single feature and you want to launch a different single feature micro app to your audience. Or maybe you do want to double down on this particular product and hire a real engineer, a real CTO to help you take it to the next level. So the CEO of Lovable tweeted this a few weeks ago, I guess. A Lovable user recently built a service that turns your pet photos into Renaissance portraits and ships to you. The app is now making $100,000 per month, and we ordered one for our office dog. So it's literally a vibe coded app where you upload a photo of your dog. It turns it into this like historical looking timeless masterpiece, and then it will ship it to you. And obviously the complexity is not the app itself. Like it's a really cute idea. It's designed really well. It's paired with this like physical product aspect. So people are actually willing to pay money for it. People tend to value like physical products or people as more valuable, so they're willing to pay money for physical products. And like the app itself is very simple. You just upload the photo, it uses AI to turn it into like one of these, and then it ships it to you as well. And this is not the only one. There's like multiple people doing a variation of this kind of thing. You're surprised that it's making any money at all. But then you find out it's making 100,000 per month, and now you feel dumb. Like, why aren't your complicated vibe coding apps, visions making any money? Again, the most common problem and trap I see is like people are trying to vibe code way too much. They don't have the technical ability to just like keep adding features. And so you would be better served to just like focus on the one thing your app does. Like user enters the app, user does one thing, user gets this thing. Like this, just think about what the simplest possible flow is for your app and just build that and then market it, right? So it's not necessarily all about the product. You have to pair product with marketing. If you spend a lot of time on marketing to validate the product and get paying customers in, then you have a lot more optionality to decide what to do. Do you want to double down on the product? Again, hire someone else to help you build additional features? Or do you want to just keep launching small micro apps? Or do you want to just continue pouring it all in marketing and see how far you can grow this? So we talked about 8 income streams you can build while still employed. And I specifically chose 8 that I honestly think anyone can succeed with on nights and weekends. Now, the 2 that I think are hardest if you have no expertise is obviously number 1, training AI models with expertise. Number 2, 3, and 4 are all related to content. I personally believe like anyone with a Wi-Fi connection can build a personal brand, and that the leverage is massive. Like if you do this for a very long time, just incredible exponential leverage. If you don't want to show your face, you can also build a faceless brand. And one of the nice positives of building a faceless brand is you can like kind of outsource everything, honestly. If you don't want to be involved in it at some point, you can sell it to a company, right? Because your face is not in it. You can document how to make your types of videos and then sell it to somebody else, or just leave it there but have a team behind it that's not all you. Number 4 is to approach any creator that has at least 50,000 followers on one platform. They should definitely be repurposing their content. Number 5 was coaching, but I don't mean in like the weird like woo coaching with like nothing tangible. I just mean learn the most valuable AI tool in 2026, which is Claude Code. It's the tool that everybody's trying to learn, that every business is trying to figure out. Even all the automation people are now, if you haven't noticed, all switching to vibe coding, right? Because that's just the direction everything is going. Number 6 is consulting. I don't recommend this unless you have years of experience in industry and like you're comfortable getting clients and stuff. And also make sure that it doesn't conflict with your work at all. Like this one is a little bit harder one because usually the stuff you want to consult in is the stuff you're doing at work. So just make sure that it doesn't. But I think this is harder if you are trying to look for something you can do just nights and weekends after your primary work. Number 7 is TikTok Shop, which may surprise people that I've listed that. People have made AI videos, AI generated UGC looking videos that have gone viral on TikTok Shop and generated real revenue. Now, I don't think this is the path to like millions of dollars, but again, we're just looking for side income streams. And then the last one, vibe coding, but simple apps. Like I talked about, upload dog photo, get a historical portrait masterpiece shipped to you, 100,000 per month. Like just do that one thing. People like way overcomplicate it, trying to build like CRM and a whole SEO system, and it's just like really complicated. Unless you have technical expertise, like keep it as simple as possible. Just one feature doing one thing and then market the heck out of it. Once you get the flywheel going, if customers coming in, customers paying, then you can decide whether to double down on this particular micro app or launch other micro apps and test them down, or hire someone technical to take it to the next level, build additional features, etc.